Hello, my name is Iris Della Sancho, and today on the study of Proverbs, we will be reading chapter 15. Verse 1, a gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. Our words can bring chaos or calm. Sometimes it is best to speak, actually always it is best to speak from a gentle spirit, even when we disagree with somebody. It can be done. It does not have to go into some kind of an argument. We can disagree and speak calmly and in a friendly manner. Verse 2, the tongue of the wise makes knowledge appealing, but the mouth of a fool belches out foolishness. Fools are prideful and know-it-all, or so they think. It is better to listen to the ones who have proven themselves wise. Verse 3, the Lord is watching everywhere, keeping his eye on both the evil and the good. The eyes of the Lord are everywhere. He sees everything. He sees it all. Those who do things in secret that think nobody knows or sees, the Lord sees it. And really, it's the Lord who you need to be worried about at the end of it all. Verse 4, gentle words are a tree of life. A deceitful tongue crushes the spirit. A lying tongue, one who slanders, can crush somebody's spirit. But soothing, caring, encouraging words will encourage and lift a broken spirit. 5, only a fool despises a parent's discipline. Whoever learns correction is wise. Respect for others is instilled first at home, and the correction of a parent to a child will do them much good. It's in their best interest that we correct and show them how to respect, how to treat other people. There is treasure in the house of the godly, but the earnings of the wicked bring trouble. The lips of the wise give good advice. The heart of a fool has none to give. You can't give what you don't have. If you don't receive correction, if you don't seek knowledge, there's nothing there for you to share. 8, the Lord detests the sacrifice of the wicked, but he delights in the prayers of the upright. Sacrifices to the Lord must be pure and clean. He will accept nothing else. But it's our prayers that he desires the most, for us to sit in communion with him and to just bring our prayers and petitions before him. 9, the Lord detests the way of the wicked, but he loves those who pursue godliness. God will bless the ones who go after truth and justice, but he will not prosper the wicked. 10, whoever abandons the right path will be severely disciplined. Whoever hates correction will die. Those who are determined to stay on the wrong path will be destroyed. They don't want to be corrected. They don't want to be accept correction. They don't want anybody telling them that they're on a bad road, on their way to destruction. They want to do things their own way. In the end, they will be destroyed. 11, even death and destruction hold no secrets from the Lord. How much more does he know the human heart? Even death and destruction can't hide your secrets. There is nothing the Lord doesn't know. Not even the grave hides secrets from him. Mockers hate to be corrected, so they stay away from the wise. They don't want to hear it. A glad heart makes a happy face. A broken heart crushes the spirit. You know, there are many people who, I personally know people who are going through a lot of trials. And I can honestly say their spirits are crushed, but they don't walk around with a long face. They still hold the joy of the Lord in their hearts, and they continue to walk through each day knowing that their hope is in God alone. And that through every trial, every hurt that they go to, God is right there with them, helping them. 14, a wise person is hungry for knowledge, while the fool feeds on trash. The fool has no moral or common sense because he listens to the garbage that the world has to offer. He listens to worldly advice. But the wise will hunger for knowledge, and they seek God's word. 15. For the despondent, every day brings trouble. For the happy heart, life is a continual feast. The hopeless will dwell on their woes. But for those with a happy heart, they are encouraged and they have joy in their heart. They lean on the joy and the hope that they have in God. When you hold on to everything that's going wrong around you, when you make that your world, if that becomes your number one thing that you concentrate on, it can make for hard days. It can destroy your health. But there is a way to plow through the difficulties with God at your side, knowing that the Lord has you and all that. His grace is sufficient, and His grace will get you through. 16. Better to have little with fear for the Lord than to have great treasure and inner turmoil. Great wealth doesn't promise or bring you peace. You may not have much, but the fear of the Lord will fulfill all your needs. 17. A bowl of vegetables with someone you love is better than steak with someone you hate. 18. A hot-tempered person starts fights. A cool-tempered person stops them. I'm reminded of blessed are the peacemakers. A lazy person's way is blocked with briars, but the path of the upright is an open highway. To anything that we set our minds to anything that we're called to do, if we don't put in the work for a clear road, if we just sit down, be lazy, things aren't going to clear up in front of us, and make and just come out easy. I liken it to a maybe you have a lot of acreage and you have a pathway that you like to walk. Now, there may be vines, there may be roses, there may be things that'll grow around. If you don't take care of that, you're not going to be walking through it. You're not going to be enjoying it. If you sit back lazy, the whole thing will be like an overgrown jungle. 20. Sensible children bring joy to their father. Foolish children despise their mother. Foolishness brings joy to those with no sense. A sensible person stays on the right path. Plans go wrong for lack of advice. Many advisors bring success. It is wise to surround yourself with those who are wise, with those who have fruit, who have proven themselves, where you can see the fruit of their wisdom, the choices that they have made. Those are the people you want to surround yourself with. Those are the people that you want to listen to. Foolishness brings joy to those with no sense because they don't know any better. They're not listening to advice from wise people. They're not listening to anybody's wise words. All they know is their own foolishness, and therefore that's what they rely on, and that's what they go by each day. 23. Everyone enjoys a fitting reply. It is wonderful to say the right thing at the right time. A timely word can bring you so much joy. It can bring relief, reassurance, and encouragement. And if you know somebody that needs a timely word, seek God. Seek Him for that word, what you should say to that person. What might that person need to hear at that time? The path of life leads upward for the wise. They leave the grave behind. The Lord tears down the house of the proud, but He protects the property of widows. God holds the widows in His hands, and He protects them. The Lord detests evil plans, but He delights in pure words. 27. Greed brings grief to the whole family, but those who hate bribes will live. Sadly, many times the death of a loved one will destroy a family due to greed. People say you will really get to know your relatives when a loved one passes away. You will see their true self. That could be good and it could be bad. The world has a saying, where there's a will, there's a way. And I heard that the lawyers have a saying too. Where there's a will, there'll be relatives. The Lord hates greed. He hates people who go out after their own benefits and not because they care for somebody else. 28. The heart of the godly thinks carefully before speaking. The mouth of the wicked overflows with evil words. The wise weigh their words carefully, but the wicked, they can't control themselves. They spew out whatever they want to spew out. They just can't seem to keep their mouth shut. 29. The Lord is far from the wicked, but He hears the prayers of the righteous. The Lord not only hears, but He desires our prayers. The Lord hears the righteous. That's a comforting statement for those of us who stand praying, not just for ourselves each day, for our families, for loved ones, for our church, for our pastors. It's wonderful to hear that the Lord hears our prayers. 30. A cheerful look brings joy to the heart. Good news makes for good health. A smile can lift someone's spirit, and good messages bring much joy. We do much to smile at somebody, say hello. It might be that first encouraging group of words, couple of words that they heard that day. And so we should always walk around as the righteous of the Lord. We should always walk around with a cheerful heart because we have joy and we have hope in our heart. If you listen to constructive criticism, you will be at home among the wise. Listen to constructive criticism. It is there to build you up. if you don't have that correction, you won't know what your mistakes are. You get corrected, you can do better next time. When you correct your mistakes and you start to do things right, you are growing. And when you start to grow, you go to higher levels. If you reject discipline, you will only harm yourself. But if you listen to correction, you grow in understanding. Listening to correction will help us to also grow in understanding. And that's one of the things that we should ask of the Lord is knowledge. Knowledge to understand those things we must understand. To understand His Word. To understand our part of our Christian walk. 33. Fear of the Lord teaches wisdom. Humility precedes honor. When we receive godly discipline and correction, when we are devoted to God's will, we will grow in knowledge. It is better to receive correction than to be flattered with lies. Flattery will only do us much harm, and it doesn't help us. It doesn't help us grow in any way. It may actually it may hamper your walk and cause you to become lazy. We must humble ourselves before the Lord, and we must seek His plans for us each day. We're like halfway through Proverbs. And this is a great study to do on your own. Pick a month. There's 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs. Read one chapter a day, and you can meditate on the wisdom nuggets that Solomon wrote out for us. There's a reason that the Lord spoke these out to print. I would say that probably every answer that we need to any problem, I know is found in the Bible, but I bet you that in Proverbs alone, most of them are there. So thank you for joining me tonight. And tomorrow we will be reading chapter 16 from Proverbs. So until tomorrow, God bless you.